Hey yo, what's up guys? This is Fariko and the MLG Turtle Beach PAX Prime Invitational Day 2 just concluded, and I'm gonna give you a little recap on what happened today. And then as you can see on the screen, there were some surprising results, and so let's start with Envy first. You know, Envy's still, based on the games that I've watched, Envy's still struggling on hardpoint. Right now they're getting to a good start, and what's happening is towards the end of the game they're not able to close out the hardpoint matches. What's going on is, with usually with about 3 rotations to go, they're not contesting some of the hardpoints enough, and it's really costing them because they're getting to a lead and then they let the other team catch up and the momentum completely swings. I noticed that one of the things they're not doing is I'm not sure if they have a class set up or not, but they need to set up a class with smoke bombs and EMP grenades and just keep contesting those hard points, because every point counts, and even though you might not gain any points at that hard point, you don't want the other team to build momentum and make the game really close, and towards the end of the matches it could come down to 1 or 2 kills, key kills, and the match could be lost that way. And as far as CTF and Search and Destroy, Envy is still looking good. They were completely dominant today on CTF, yesterday and today actually. They didn't lose any CTF except 1 match to Complexity, but their CTF and Search and Destroy games are good. They just really need to work on hardpoint, but they are getting better compared to before. And but the problem with Envy is, though, I don't, even though they might get better, I don't think they're ever going to get to that level of complexity on hardpoint. Envy almost joined the 100-point club today against Complexity. I think they were 1 map rotation away from getting shut out from crossing the 100-point. And so I'm not sure through the end of Black Ops 2 whether they'll be able to actually manage to get to that point where they'll be able to compete with the top teams on hardpoint. So, which is bad news for Envy. Maybe during Call of Duty Ghost they'll be better. So I'm not saying there's no hope for Envy to make a run at the final MLG event later this year and take the championship, but I think odds are that it's a pretty long shot. Okay, now going to a bad history. I think they're pretty much history. Today they didn't win 1 single map. They went 0-6, and I think it's safe to say you can put a fork in that pig. I think it's done. And how about Complexity? A lot of people wrote them off. I mean, not wrote them off, but they really took a beating yesterday after they had a subpar performance yesterday. People were calling them all kinds of stuff, that they're washed up, that the success got to them, they're overconfident and all that stuff. But they went 5-1, could have won 6-0 today on map count. They completely shut out Unite, which was looked like the strongest team yesterday, 3-0. And then Envy, they were up 2-0 until they dropped the last map, which was Search and Destroy. And I don't know how seriously Complexity took that last match, because Eggs put on Lodestar as one of his score streaks on Search. I don't know about that one. So those predicting the demise of Complexity, I think they're pretty much wrong. Like on my other commentary, I told them I said they had a subpar performance, but I didn't really count them out. And if you talk to pro players, they'll tell you that every LAN event that they enter, because the LAN events are spread out quite a bit, so you don't get to play on LAN all the time. So the first day that they play on LAN, it takes them a few matches for them to get used to LAN, because it's so different. So I think that kind of can explain a lot of things, and you'll notice if you watch these events enough, that first day will have some wacky results, and so I think that pretty much explains that. As far as some of the surprises, Faze, they had such a strong showing today. They They took 7 maps and only dropped 2. You know, they have a lot of young players, but you know, they're really starting to step up and, you know, not let the you know, I don't know, like the pressure get to them as much in certain key situations. So they're playing really well, and you know, I'm actually glad to see that. Okay, some of the duds of today were wow, Unite had such a horrible day. They just won 1 single map and dropped 5. That, from what they did yesterday to today, it was just amazing. And not only did Unite do bad, Impact, you know, almost did as bad. They just won 2 maps and they dropped 4. So that's, you know, not a very good sign. So, you know, what's gonna happen? There's one more day to go before the field is eliminated. You know, half of the field is eliminated, and you have the semifinals and finals on Monday. You know, my prediction is that it's going to come down to I looked at the schedule, and I think it's gonna come down to maybe let's see, I think it's gonna be between, I believe, Envy, Kaliber, and Soar for that last spot. And I think it's going to go to Kaliber. If I was a betting person, I'm gonna say Team Kaliber. I think they're gonna take that 4th spot, and I think the semifinals is going to be Faze, Complexity, Unite, and Team Kaliber. And I see, depending on, you know, how the semifinals is set up, but I think Complexity is gonna take it again, the championship, and you know, maybe either Kaliber or Faze will probably end up coming in 2nd. Anyways, this is Fariko Impact. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.